Hey guys, Brady here, and welcome to another episode of Brady's Talks, where I review certain games. You get the gist. Today's game is, you guessed it, another Wii game. Punch-Out Wii, one of my most favorite Wii games ever created. So let's do this. Now the story is a lot like the NES game. Little Mac enters a boxing tournament, tries to get all the belts, and Doc has to train him to box his way through the different opponents. And a lot of the opponents are actually older people from older games. So let's start with the contestants. In the minor circuit, there's Glass Joe. It's really either brave or silly to have a name so close to Glass Jaw. I mean, if you think about it, he's the easiest opponent ever created in the Punch-Out history. I mean, all of them are easy, except for the harder ones, which I'll get to in a bit. But Glass Joe is by far the easiest. There's Von Kaiser from Germany, Disco Kid from Brooklyn, New York, King Hippo from Hippo Island, Piston Hondo, formerly known as Honda, from Tokyo, Japan, Bear Hugger from Canada, Great Tiger from Mumbai, India, Don Flamenco from Madrid, Spain, Aaron Ryan from Ireland, Soto Popinski, the one and only, from Moscow, Russia, Bald Bull from Istanbul, Turkey, Super Macho Man from Hollywood in California, and the one to beat every other, Mr. Sandman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There are some hard ones. I mean, hey, my first time playing the game, I didn't even know what I was doing. Every opponent seemed very hard to me. I'm not joking when I say that. But I sort of decided, as I played Expedition and got the practice to make my skill go a bit more up, to a point where it was like above the charts. Now I'm a Punch-Out Wii expert when I know what I'm doing. I sort of threw my strength into the game. Of course, there are 3 circuits, as usual. Minor, Major, and World. World being the hardest. If you're a Punch-Out newbie, that is. But there's also another set of circuits known as Title Defense. Title Defense is basically you fight everybody, and I mean every single contender from contender mode, but they are much harder and have different attributes to them, such as Glass Joe having a helmet, so you can't hurt his face, unless you get a Star Punch. I'm going to explain all of the changes for Title Defense characters. Von Kaiser got a haircut, Disco Kid joined an exercise group, King Hippo got a sewer lid attached to his stomach so you can't hit it yet. Piston Hondo is much faster. Bear Hugger got a help from a squirrel buddy. Great Tiger didn't get any changes besides his color, and he's also got a few new moves too. Don Flamenco now having a black rose instead of red. Aaron Ryan now using his old gloves as a whip. Soto Popinski being much harder, considering that he's got a new form of juice. And then Bald Bull and Super Macho Man and Mr. Sandman got new attacks, and they're much stronger. I mean, hey, I'm still stuck on Soto Popinski in Title Defense mode. I don't know what to do. But first, before we get to the final boss, let's get to some different modes. There's Expedition. Of course, it's just your standard way to rematch someone in a way. Get challenges to unlock their BGMs and sound effects, and Doc Lewis quotes. There's 2-player mode, where there's 2 mechs duking it out. However, if you get your gauge full all the way up, your mech turns into Giga Mech. A abominational, strong being that is a force to be reckoned with. I mean, hey, in Smash Bros, he's another force to be reckoned with. Both versions, actually. Then in the credits, the contender credits, there's a fun little minigame where you gotta use the point the Wii remote at the screen and try to fix all the misspells and the people who shouldn't be there. And it's a fun little minigame, I like it. But the final boss battle is the one to end all. We enter a short cutscene after we beat Mr. Sandman title defense mode. And Little Mac says, no, Doc Lewis says, 3 losses and you call it a quit? And he almost punched him. Literally. Little Mac almost punched his trainer. What boxer does that? And Doc Lewis decides it's time to take his place in history by retiring. However, he must face one more match with one final character. It's called Mac's Last Stand. He gets 3 tries, or else you're done. You're retired. You hang all your belts up, you hang your gloves up, it's over. Your boxing career is over. But let's get to the character that you get to fight. The banana slammer of the century, Donkey Kong. It is so cool to see someone non-Punch-Out related be in Punch-Out. I mean, considering Donkey Kong has huge fists built for huge gloves with his initials on it. Pretty interesting. But once you beat Donkey Kong, you still have to retire. There is no turning back. I'm not kidding. No regret. You beat him, you're done, you put your place in history, and it's kind of sad. Overall, this game is by far a huge revival, just like the previous 2 games that we've got. That we've talked about, Sonic Colors and Return to Dreamland. So, I obviously have to give this game, since I like it so freaking much, a 10 out of 10. For its clean controls, 2-player compatibility mode, and a special cameo character, Donkey Kong. Right on my curtain back there. So, if you guys want me to do more Brady's Talks, or Top 5s, I don't really know, subscribe to He-Man, like, and ring the bell for notifications, just in case I decide to make another video. I guess I will see y'all in a bit. Or in the future, that is. Make sure to be on the lookout for the adventures of He-Man 1010 live action series. This has been Brady's Talks with my review of one of my favorite Wii games of all time, the Punch-Out Wii. Sayonara.